Where does the money come from? Your first answer is probably the government prints it. Big machines, real ink, real paper. Simple. And yes, that happens. But here's the thing that should stop you mid-sentence. All that physical cash, every note in every wallet, every coin in every pocket, on the entire planet, adds up to 3% of all the money in the world. 3%. The other 97%? Never printed, never touched. It exists purely as numbers on a screen, inside a computer somewhere. So who put those numbers there? Let's make this very simple. You work hard, you save $1,000. You walk into a bank, you deposit it. You feel responsible, safe. Now, what do you think the bank does with that money? Most people picture a vault, your $1,000, your name on it, waiting for you. That's not what happens. The bank takes your $1,000 and lends most of it to a stranger. They keep $100 in the vault, just in case you come back. The other $900 goes to someone who walked in and asked for a loan. Now pause. You still think you have $1,000? Check your app right now. It says 1,000. It's right there. But that $900 is also out there in someone else's hands. From one deposit, two people now have money. The same dollar in two places at once. It sounds impossible. It sounds illegal. It is completely legal. It even has a name. Fractional reserve banking, which is a very complicated way of saying banks lend out money they don't fully have. But it doesn't stop there. That stranger spends the $900 at a shop. The shop owner deposits it into their bank. That bank does the same thing, keeps a little, lends out the rest. Round and round. Your original $1,000 has quietly, without anyone printing a single note, become several $1,000s floating around the economy. Nobody added more gold. Nobody ran a press. The bank just kept lending the same money over and over again. And it doesn't stop at one bank. Every bank, every deposit, every day. That's not a bug. That's the system. Okay, but you're already asking the right question. If banks lend deposits, where did the very first deposit come from? Somebody had to start this. Every country has a central bank, the boss of all banks. The one bank that sits above everyone else's and makes the rules. When the government needs money to pay teachers, build roads, run the country, it doesn't always have enough. So it writes a very official promise note. Lend us money now, we'll pay you back later. The central bank says, okay, and gives the government money in exchange for that promise. But here's the question you need to ask right now. Where did the central bank get that money from? It didn't. It opened a computer, typed a number, and that became money. No gold. Nothing backing it. Just a number that everyone agreed to treat as real. After 2008, the US created 3.5 trillion this way. In 2020, 9 trillion. In a single year, from nothing. Now you're raising your hand. If money can be created from nothing, why not just create loads of it? Make everyone rich. Someone already tried. Zimbabwe. Their government kept creating more and more money to pay for things. Here's what happened. 10 apples. $10 in the economy. Each apple costs $1. Simple. Now create $90 more. 100 chasing the same 10 apples. Each apple now costs $10. The money didn't make anyone richer. The prices just went up to match. Zimbabwe kept going. until they printed a note worth 100 trillion. One note, and it could barely buy bread. People carried money in wheelbarrows to go grocery shopping. Some burned it for warmth, because firewood cost more than the cash itself. That's inflation. And too much of it destroys everything. So, the central bank walks a tightrope every single day. Create too little, economy slows, people suffer. Create too much, money becomes worthless. People suffer. With 8 billion people's lives on it. Forget the banks. Forget the printing. Forget all the machinery. Why does money work at all? Take a $10 bill. Really look at it. It's paper. Fancy paper with ink, a dead man's face, some numbers. If you were stranded alone on an island with $1 billion in cash, would you starve? You couldn't eat it, drink it. It wouldn't keep you warm. So what makes it valuable? One thing only. Other people believe it is. That's the whole secret. The entire foundation the global economy is built on. You accept money because you believe the next person will too. They accept it because they believe the person after them will. And on, across every country, every language, every culture. 8 billion people agreed, without ever having a meeting, to believe in the same story. It's not gold. It's not the government alone. It's belief. And the moment that belief cracks, as it did in Zimbabwe, the money dies. Not because the paper changed, because the people stopped believing. So, let's bring it home. Money is created by central banks, when they type numbers and decide those numbers exist. It's multiplied by regular banks, every time they lend your deposit to somebody else. And underneath all that machinery, all those computers, all those banks, all those governments, it works because you believe it works. And that's it. You didn't learn this in school, and maybe that's not an accident. But now you know. And knowing this changes how you see everything. Your salary, your savings, your debt, the next crisis. All of it. Because if you don't understand how money is created, you'll never understand why you're always broke.